6:48, we are taking a live look this morning, Pasco, Florida. That is just north of Tampa, and rains there have not let up for hours. Rivers are at historic levels. As you can see, it's leading to flooded roads, major travel headaches, even evacuations in some neighborhoods. Much more on this story is coming up after the Valley Today on the Today Show. A very good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley Today. Kyle Bosch, Lisa will be reporting from Sturgis in just a few minutes. We're just getting started with nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your Tuesday. And we start with a Valley News Live exclusive this morning, an interview with the man accused of killing 2 people in North Fargo back in June. Ashley Hunter is charged with the murders of his friend, 45-year-old Clarence Flowers, and 24-year-old Sam Trout, a former NDSU student who had no connection to Hunter. Well, Hunter admits to doing drugs. He says they don't make him do things he wouldn't normally do. Authorities say otherwise, pointing to drug use as the reason for the killings. Hearing about the murders is still confusing for Hunter. He claims he doesn't remember anything.
I don't even know what is going on as of yet. My attorney, he's really been helping me out, but he's scaring me more than anything, because I don't understand who they're talking about. This situation to 100%, I don't understand, you know. But as far as talking to people out there, I mean, I don't really know what I would say. I would just, say they'd have to know me on a personal level.
Now, to watch much more of our exclusive interview with Hunter, head to valleynewslive.com. Hunter has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of murder and 1 count of arson. 3 Twin Cities teenagers have been arrested in connection with an attempted robbery that left one of their friends dead. St. Paul police say it happened when the 4 teens attempted to rob 2 adults at gunpoint Friday night. One of the victims also pulled out a gun and fired, killing a 16-year-old. Police say the man who shot the teen has a valid conceal and carry permit. All right, coming up on 6:51, that means it's time to get a look at weather and traffic on the ones, and we start with meteorologist Robert Hahn.
And once again, taking a live look outside on the CoralWindAuto.com Valley Skycam, keeping an eye on South University, and Al will have a full traffic report on that and every other area, highway and byway, as we head through the next few minutes. We'll talk to Al here in just a moment. Right now, we're going to talk about weather. 51 degrees with mostly sunny skies here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Winds light out of the north. 3 miles per hour. They'll continue light today, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. 44 in Bemidji, 46 in Wadena, 51 not only here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, but also down in Sisseton, Grand Forks, and up in Baudette. Hardly a cloud in the sky, a little bit of cirrus cloudiness at the top of some thunderstorms well off towards the south. Those are weakening, and as they continue to weaken, those clouds will go on away. More clouds possible in northern Minnesota, just like yesterday. That may hold temperatures down later on this afternoon. No clouds, all the green you see there. Just a bit of interference with our radar. There are the showers and storms well to our south. Those continue to slide slowly off toward the southeast, and those are slowly dissipating as well. They'll get on out of here, and those clouds off to the Southern Valley will get on out of here too. Flash flood warnings continue for parts of northern Missouri. A lot of rain in central Oklahoma, and you just saw the video out of Florida, my old stomping ground. The Tampa-St. Petersburg area still dealing with some tremendous flooding down there, and unfortunately they may see more rain today before beginning to dry out later tonight. For us, we're going to be dry throughout the day today, mostly sunny skies for most of us. Again, that chance for some clouds up in northern Minnesota. That may hold temperatures down upper 60s, low 70s elsewhere, some 70s and 80s tonight. Mostly clear skies, a mild night, not as chilly as this morning the way it looks, bottoming out in the 50s and 60s. And then as we head through the day tomorrow, a system approaching from the west. It's a rather weak system, but it'll give us a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms, about a 20% chance. And that storm will continue to weaken as it pushes off towards the east. Today, beautiful. Tomorrow, slight chance for some showers and storms. A bit better chances Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 1 or 2 of those could be on the strong side. High temperatures, 70s and low 80s, lows 50s and low 60s. That is a look at your weather. Let's get another look at your traffic with Al Ahmed. Good morning, Al.
Good morning, Robert. Good morning, everyone. I'm on South University Drive right now. Just pulled off the interstate, and I'm headed north. And this is where the problem area is. It stretches from 18th Avenue, actually from the interstate, all the way to just about 13th Avenue south. Traffic tends to bottle up here because we're down to 1 lane. Traffic is flowing relatively decently through here right now. Whoa! Almost a crash behind me. Traffic is flowing relatively decent through here for the most part, but it is backing up. No two ways about that. fact, I'm at the traffic light at 18th Avenue South, and traffic is starting to back up to the north of us, or to the south of us as well. Out of the Metro Interstate Loop this morning, Interstate 94 traffic is real thick. So is that on northbound I-29. But this is going to be the problem area again today, and probably for the rest of the week, this stretch of University Drive northbound. You might do well to just find another route to get where you need to go. We're going to keep tabs on it for you. We'll tell you what we found in about another half hour or so. On South University Drive, Willamette Valley Today traffic.
6:53 now. The mayor of Fargo is urging people with opinions about booze at Bison home football games to contact their city commissioner. The commission is in the process of deciding whether it supports the idea of a public beer garden at the Fargo Dome during NDSU football. Mayor Tim Mahoney says there are some issues that need to be worked out, then the commission will weigh in. He also says, however, that the final call is the Fargo Dome authorities. The North Dakota Education Standards and Practices Board has allowed West Fargo teacher Aaron Knodel to keep his teaching license. Knodel is a former North Dakota Teacher of the Year who was cleared of charges of having a sexual relationship with a student. The West Fargo School Board reinstated Knodel last week. Community experts may be showing up to teach in your child's classroom. A North Dakota teacher shortage task force is proposing giving school districts that are having difficulty hiring teachers the authority to request a hardship waiver that would allow them to hire experts to teach on their subject. Many of North Dakota's public school districts are still scrambling to find teachers for this school year, which starts in just 3 weeks. The buzz is spreading quickly around town about the film Supermoto, part of it being shot right here in the valley. The crew also needs your help. 25 extras are needed for a kegger and bonfire scene that will be filmed in Kindred Thursday and Friday. You can even get paid $25 if you're picked. For more information on how to get involved, you can email the email that we have up on your screen right now, but probably a little hard to write it down. So just head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story for all the details. A record number of motorcycles are heading to the 75th anniversary of the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally in South Dakota, and that has law enforcement and the Department of Transportation scrambling to deal with a traffic nightmare. Lisa Bedeau is in Sturgis this week, and she talked with the Sturgis police chief about how even some officers from the valley are helping out.
Jim Bush has been the police chief in Sturgis, South Dakota for 25 years, and he said today he's never seen his city this packed. He says every street, bar, and establishment was packed full as he cruised through town last night. He says the recurring theme here, traffic is a nightmare. You can't get anywhere fast. That means inside of Sturgis or outside of Sturgis. The chief says with all of these people, they're going to see a lot more problems.
We try to be visible, be there, and be as proactive as we can. If you look around and you see a cop, you're probably a lot less likely to commit some type of a crime or something. So we kind of work on that, and that way, we can let the people still have fun.
The Sturgis Police Department has about 15 people on staff outside of Rally Week. Of course, they do get a lot of help during Rally Week, leading up and after. Some of our own were actually out here. Cass County Sheriff Paul Laney and 2 of his deputies were here for the week leading up to help with law enforcement duties. It's all in an effort to keep the peace here at the 75th anniversary of the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Lisa Bedeau, Valley News Live.
And of course, you can watch for much more of Lisa's special coverage from Sturgis tomorrow morning right here on the Valley Today. Shirts, jeans, shoes, just some of the things that can be donated to help kids start the school year off right. The Valley Today's Christy Larson is joining us live this morning from the YWCA Cass Place Shelter with much more on their program to sponsor a student for this fall. Christy?
Good morning, Kyle. We always emphasize how much help it really does give kids to start the school year off with all the supplies and clothes they need. And so that is what Sponsor a Student is all about. We have Chelsea Peterson, and I see we have a lot of clothes out here for kids. And let's again talk about what this program is and how people can help out.
Definitely. I mean, first and foremost, this program wouldn't be possible without our volunteers and the donations and the community and all of the outpouring that comes from everybody. But I think that Sponsor a Student itself, as a basis, what we look for is a shirt, jeans, a new pair of shoes. Typically, we look for the underwear and socks. And then if you feel like going further than that, you are more than welcome to. but that's kind of what we look for. So we get that info from the moms and then get their sizes, we'll get what interests them, sort of, you know, girly things, if it's girly things, sports, any kind of interest, they all kind of cross over to back and forth. So yeah, we provide that with that info to the sponsors and then let them go on their way.
And on average, it's about $150, but they do get that paper. Here's how old they are, here's the sizes, here's their favorite colors. And then you guys ask for everything to come in this year by Monday the 17th so that they can get it at their party you have on the 20th.
Yes, exactly. The 17th would be perfect. Anything that we would maybe need to do last minute in those last few days would be great. So yeah, the party is August 20th, and it's a big deal to eat pizza and have a lot of fun with their moms.
And you can help out. Again, we do have a link on valleynewslive.com under that hot button on more ways to volunteer for YWCA. But Kyle, again, sponsor a student, something so fun. Lisa Bedeau shopped last year, so it really is something you can do in just a short amount of time, but help a child for this whole school year.
Yeah, I know some other people on our staff got involved as well, and they talked about it being one of the most rewarding experiences that they have, just to see the smiles on those kids' faces. Christy Larson reporting live for us this morning. All right, let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook this morning. A record number of these were issued in Sturgis during the rally in 2000. And the off-the-board answer was right on the nose. Marriage licenses. Wow. Remember to take part in our question of the morning on our Valley News Live Facebook page. Weather today, pretty decent.
Yeah, chilly this morning. Lots of sunshine as we head through the day today. Get out there and enjoy it. A chance for storms beginning tomorrow, right on through the weekend.
That is our time on this Tuesday morning. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. And, of course, we will see you tomorrow.
Take care.